Seaside 7 months ago. That's in Monterey County. Her disappearance attracted nationwide media attention. Her parents say they will keep fighting until her killer is caught. And people down in Boca Raton, Florida are raising a bit of a stink about a homeless woman they want banned from the public library. They claim Nancy Nitzberg has bad body odor, and the city considers it bad enough to consider passing a law to keep her out of the library. But Nitzberg says she smells just fine and she wants an apology from city officials. Right now, they are hoping Nitzberg might take them up on their offer of shelter and a place to bathe.
Still to come, a laser used to enhance beauty could also be a lifesaver. We'll explain. Coming up in Health News.
Plus, is it really Splitsville for Mick Jagger and Jerry Hall? The writing is apparently on the wall.
But first, a wet and breezy weekend on tap. Rich has that full forecast for you when we come back.
It's one of our favorites. We eat it raw and cooked. We stuff it, we slice it, we chop it, and we take it for granted, too.
Could the Senate find the President of the United States guilty? How will Bill Clinton defend himself? The trial of the century. Don't miss NBC Nightly News tonight.
NBC Tonight. Discover Providence.
Quite a day today, huh?
Quite a day. The highest rated new drama of the season. Wow. Critics are saying it's bursting with fine performances.
Mom, you expecting Donna Reed?
It will restore your love of television.
I miss her so much, Sid.
And it may be the best new series of '99.
Take care of my family, Sid.
Providence, 8/7 Central, NBC Tonight.
As a former IRS tax examiner, I have the resources and I know the procedures to solve your tax problems.
Find out more about offering compromise. Call the tax lady.
Tim, I wish our train could go down the stairs, out the door, over to where Grandpa makes jelly, and get us a jar of strawberries. What? I'm hungry.
Like all boys, Tim and Richard loved strawberry jam. Now they make it the same delicious way Smucker's has for 4 generations.
You know there's a jar on the kitchen table. Trains aren't allowed on the kitchen table, Tim.
For more than 100 years, with a name like Smucker's, it has to be good.
We go to see a month at a time. Let's go to work. I got these guys working 20-hour shifts. There's no way I'd give them second-rate anything.
It's not.
When I went for supplies, I wasn't too keen on buying the Rite Aid brand, but they had this deal. Buy the national brand and get the Rite Aid brand at half price.
Rite Aid brand, now half price when you buy the national brand.
And if it wasn't any good, I'd have heard about it.
Rite Aid, it's not just a store, it's a solution.
It's the event of our lifetime. It's the event of 100 lifetimes. It's the millennium. As we journey to the year 2000, look for King 5 to recount the events that have taken us there. Join us for the celebration we call Home Team 2000.
King 5 News is sponsored in part by Rite Aid.
This is King 5 First Alert Weather.
Take a look at this. School is closed indefinitely in Detroit because of heavy snow. The city has a policy of not clearing side streets, so volunteers have been trying to shovel the walks so kids can go to class. Jail inmates were brought in to help, but the snow's paralyzed the entire city. Not even the mail is getting through.
Makes that 2 to 4 inches we got earlier.
Seemed like nothing.
Seem like much. School is also closed in our nation's capital this afternoon. An ice storm there is making roads just too dangerous to travel on. Thousands of people are still without power, and snow is expected to keep falling. So the eastern seaboard, the middle part of the country, just getting pounded.
Really
still.
hit.
Yeah.
Around here, we're getting some of that wet stuff, but
yeah, it was a pretty nice day, though.
Really was.
We're getting lightly slapped as opposed
there
to pounded. Actually, a very wet day yesterday. Today we've had a few scattered showers around, but all in all, mostly just some clouds. And as you can see from our Seattle Tower camp, some sun breaks out there towards Elliott Bay. Temperatures are pretty nice as well. 43 degrees in downtown Seattle. South wind at 12. Pressure 29.96, and it's falling. In Tacoma this noontime, you can see some sun breaks out there. 43 degrees. Southwest wind at 11 miles per hour. Up in Everett, cloudy skies, but a little line of blue out there. That's a nice sight. 44 degrees. Southeast wind at 16 miles per hour. And in Bellevue this noontime, 45 degrees, cloudy skies. But again, you can see that sun break in the distance. Wind out of the southwest right now at 9 miles per hour. First Alert Live Doppler radar shows generally dry weather over western Washington. There's been some showers over the Kitsap Peninsula. Have been sitting there fairly persistently through much of the morning. If we zoom in with our pinpoint Doppler, you can see that area of showers pretty much confined to the Kitsap Peninsula, up around Bremerton, down towards the Shelton area and parts of the Hood Canal. If we zoom in even closer, you can see moderate to heavy showers right there, right along State Highway 3, extending from Port Orchard on down, almost all the way down to Belfair. And that's been sitting almost stationary here for about the last half an hour, 45 minutes. Now, we do have our First Alert Live Doppler radar available online and live finally. A lot of requests for this over the last couple of years, and it is there. If you go to king5.com, click on the Doppler radar, you'll see the live image of our Doppler, which helps in things like planning where to go running and softball games such as that. That's the good news. Taking a look at our satellite picture this noontime, we do have another storm system headed our way. That's going to be moving in as we get into later on this afternoon. See the clouds increase during the afternoon. Chance of rain moving in this evening. We'll look for that chance of rain to continue to increase overnight tonight. Should be fairly wet as we head into early Saturday. A little bit of a break behind that storm system, though, as we head into later Saturday before another and probably stronger storm system moves in as we move into Saturday night and Sunday. Taking a look at temperatures from our SchoolNet sites right now, mostly in the mid-40s with 45 in Gold Bar, 44 in Lakewood, 44 in Tumwater, and 46 degrees in Issaquah. Our forecast for the afternoon does call for those increasing clouds. Chance of rain developing late this afternoon, and high temperatures mostly right where they are right now in the mid-40s. Winds out of the south at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Overnight tonight, cloudy skies, a chance of a little rain, and south winds of 15 to 25 miles per hour, so a little breezy overnight. Low temperatures mostly in the low 40s. Out along the coast today, increasing rain later this afternoon, mid-40s for highs. Partly sunny today in eastern Washington with high temperatures there in the 40s to the low. Our extended forecast for tomorrow, we'll see the rain turn to showers early tomorrow, and then a little bit of partial clearing around midday. Look for increasing rain later in the day. Rainy on Sunday and a little breezy. That'll turn to showers and breezy on Monday. Steady rain moves back in again on Tuesday, and scattered showers Wednesday. High temperatures holding mostly in the mid-40s all the way through the first part of next week. So finally, after a long wait, you can see our live Doppler radar on the web live, which is handy.
Excellent. Check in anytime.
Yep.
Thanks, Rich.
A team of American and Australian balloonists hopes to do what Steve Fawcett and many others have not been able to do. The team wants to be the first to fly around the world in a balloon. They think they'll succeed because they plan to fly 24 miles above the surface of the Earth and avoid bad weather. However, there's been a little delay. High winds have canceled their planned launch for today, and they don't plan to try again until December. American millionaire Steve Fawcett has failed, of course, twice to float around the world in a balloon. Now he'll try floating around the globe in a sailboat, a specially designed catamaran. Fawcett gave it a test run today in the waters off New Zealand. He wants to enter the boat in a non-stop race around the world that begins on the last day of this year. After 8 years of marriage, Jerry Hall has filed for divorce from Rolling Stones singer Mick Jagger. The couple has lived together since the late 1970s, and they have 4 children. Hall's filing comes after the latest in a string of Jagger's alleged affairs, this time a Brazilian model claiming she is pregnant with Mick Jagger's child.
In the kitchen today, Mr. Food highlights an often overlooked vegetable that could help you stretch your food dollar.
So many times we take for granted one of our real helpers in the kitchen. It's a best food buy, usually found in our vegetable bin. It's our always ready to help us celery. And we're at one of the winter sources of that celery in Florida, where stalks and stalks of celery are carefully picked at their prime, trimmed up immediately, and still carefully packed into boxes according to the size of the stalks. Then they're whisked into coolers to preserve that freshness and crunch for us. And if it's celery hearts they're packing, same thing, picked and trimmed. Those are put 2 hearts to a bag, and they're whisked into those same crispy keeping coolers. And when we get it from our market, we take advantage of it because we use it in our salads as the fresh of our salads. And I mean, every vegetable platter is sure to include it because it's a favorite that goes with any kind of a dip or stuffing. And it fits with today's low-calorie, low-fat push. With some crunchy sticks of it all cleaned and cut in the fridge, we've always got a fast, fresh snack to reach for, ready to go. In cooking, it's one of the must-haves for our soups and stews and pot roasts. We stir it, we fry it, we saute it, we do everything with it. And whether we prefer it as dark green Pascal variety or as celery hearts, celery is always around all year long and reasonable all year long. I mean, it's so versatile, no matter how we cut it, oh, it's so good.
Mr. Food is sponsored in part by Western Family.
Still to come, federal regulators say yes to organic foods. What will this mean for you at the supermarket? We'll explain.
Also, a new technique may prevent many women from having needless breast biopsies. We'll have that story in Health News.
Plus, a dramatic shootout with police is caught on videotape. We'll show you.
First, though, a Washington company faces a federal lawsuit for wall heaters that could be deadly. We'll have that story when we come back.
How much do you pay for pain relief? You could be paying less with Western Family Pain and Cold Medicines. All the big brand quality at lower everyday prices. How much do you pay to quench your thirst? You could be paying less with Western Family Sodas. Big brand taste at lower everyday prices.
Looking for the best way to get your news on the internet? At MSNBC.com. It's easy to fit your news to your needs. At MSNBC.com, the answers are just a click away. Log on today and see for yourself. MSNBC News, when you really want to know.
Now your hometown is right at your fingertips. NBCIN at king5.com can take you anywhere, from real estate to money-saving coupons. NBCIN has exactly what you're looking for. Find us at king5.com, your hometown homepage.
You feeling any better?
No.
Why not? Because you haven't taken the new medicine yet. Come on, it tastes good.
Yuck.
You're not going to feel any better until you take it.
Yuck.
I trust you to do the right thing.
New Soft Chews tablets from Triaminic. The easy-to-give, easy-to-take medicine that dissolves magically in an instant. Soft Chews in 3 delicious symptom-specific formulas.
Hey, these are good.
New Triaminic Soft Chews tablets, the right relief without the struggle.
Better?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Linda Bennett, president of New York Model Contracts. We scout for the agents that rep supermodels Tyra Banks, Nikki Taylor. We found Lacey Chabert, TV star of Party of 5. We need children 3 and up, teens, men and women. Meet 30 of the top New York model and talent agents. Interviews are free.
New York Model Contracts, coming to your area on the following dates. For more information, call 1-800-77-AGENT.
Critics and audiences agree The Prince of Egypt is
a masterpiece. It was really cool.
The New York Times calls it
dazzling.
And Siskel and Ebert give it
2 thumbs up.
The Prince of Egypt, rated PG, now playing at a theater near you.
Here's why the Woodinville Public Auto Auction sells more used vehicles than anyone in Washington.
They took my car in on trade-in. I found the car that I liked. Financing was easy and simple.
Don't miss this Saturday's huge public auction. Call 1-800-BID-A-CAR now.
Number 1 in Western Washington, this is King 5 News.
A Washington company comes under even more fire for its faulty wall heaters. Now the federal government is filing a complaint against Cadet. The Consumer Product Safety Commission has just announced it is filing a civil complaint against the Cadet company, forcing them to recall 1.8 million heaters.
This comes just a day after Cadet filed for bankruptcy. King 5's Valerie St. John joins us live from the newsroom with more on this massive legal action and what consumers can do. Valerie, why the civil complaint?
Julie, the Consumer Product Safety Commission alleges that Cadet Manufacturing acted irresponsibly. The agency says Cadet didn't abide by its original recall agreement with the Consumer Product Safety Commission, and the agency says Cadet wasn't honest about the extent of the safety hazards on its heaters. Cadet Manufacturing says despite filing for bankruptcy, it will continue replacing faulty heater switches on recalled models. The Consumer Product Safety Commission says replacing the switch isn't good enough. The commission now says there are other problems on the heaters, that internal wiring and bad airflow make them even more likely to catch fire.
Flames, sparks, and smoke can be propelled through the front grill cover of the heater into residences, putting consumers at risk from fires, including burn injuries, smoke inhalation, and property damage.
So the commission is filing a complaint to force Cadet to recall not just its switches, but its heaters. The heaters in question have Cadet or Encore model numbers beginning with the letters FW, FX, LX, TK, and ZA. The commission's regional director, Frank Nova, says he believes the manufacturer filed for bankruptcy because they knew his agency was preparing to take action.
It shows, at least me, that Cadet is more interested in the creditors than they are in our consumers.
Nava says the heaters have caused 2 serious burns, 3 deaths, and 4 house fires, leaving more than $1 million in damage. He's appealing to consumers to get rid of their Cadet heaters. In the newsroom, I'm Valerie St. John.
So Valerie, what can consumers who want to keep the heaters do to protect their safety?
Well, Julie, the agency says if you know you have one of the Cadet heaters and you don't plan to replace it, they're telling people that there are several things you really should do. First off, always inspect the heaters for lint and dust buildup and clean that stuff out. Also, you want to keep you want to keep furniture and drapes away from the heater, and be sure to keep those smoke detectors right nearby.
Okay, good advice. Thank you, Valerie St. John, live in our newsroom. Hustler magazine publisher Larry Flynt is hospitalized this noontime, being treated for pneumonia. Those health problems are clouding the scheduled start of his obscenity trial in Cincinnati next Tuesday. Flynt won a conditional delay Wednesday after his lawyer said he needed surgery for a urological problem. But it's now not clear if that surgery will happen as planned. The 55-year-old Flynt and his brother are facing the charges because of alleged sales of a sexually explicit video to a 14-year-old boy at their store.
Here's a quick check of our top stories this noon hour. A Bellevue police officer accused in a deadly New Year's car